Hey, Dan Cochimillo here with NorCal Sports Network with a video on the San Francisco Giants and their decision to sell 10% of their team to a local company in San Francisco. We'll get right into it, but first, let us thank our sponsor of this video. That would be Chapman Law Group. Check out Chapman Law Group in the description of this video for all your legal needs, or give them a call at 415-613-9483. All right, the San Francisco Giants, it was just announced that and approved by Major League Baseball owners yesterday that they have sold 10% of their team for improvements to Oracle Park. And we'll get into this article written by Alex Simon of the San Francisco Chronicle. Let me pull that article up here and we'll point some of it out here. All right, here we look at the Giants have added San Francisco-based equity firm to beef up their ownership group to help finance some major changes at Oracle Park. According to the New York Times, the Giants are selling about 10% of the team to 6th Street to help finance some significant upgrades to Oracle Park, the team's training facility in Scottsdale, and Mission Rock, the team's major real estate development across McCovey Cove from the ballpark. In a news release, Giants president and CEO Larry Baer called it the first significant investment in 3 decades. With the new investment, which was reportedly approved on Monday by MLB, the Times reported the Giants' plan to enhance the stadium's main entrance facing Lumes Plaza, add designated sections for rooter clubs akin to those in soccer stadiums, and expand premium sections that include all-inclusive food and drink service. But Baer downplayed any thoughts at the new cash helping the team increase its spending on the team taking the field. This is not about a stockpile for the next Aaron Judge, Baer told the New York Times. This is about improvements to the ballpark, making big bets on San Francisco and the community around us having the firepower to take us into the next generation. Okay. Well, we're not going to put any money into the ball club, but we're going to put more into Mission Rock. Okay. I thought, Larry Baer, you just said that Mission Rock was not taking anything from the ball club. It was separate, but yet you're going to borrow money, basically. You're going to sell part of the team so you can improve the stadium, but not improve the team on the field. Okay. So why do these guys own this team, this ownership group? What's going on with this? Is there trouble in paradise because the Giants ownership doesn't have the money to put into the stadium themselves? They'd rather sell off 10% of the shares to 6th Street, who's a big firm in San Francisco associated with a lot of soccer clubs. All right, here's my problem with this. And there's quite a bit. But first of all, the Giants have cut payroll this year. In a time when they're cutting payroll, just like the 49ers. And hey, guess what? And Jed York's selling 10% of the Niners too. What's going on here? Downturn in San Francisco since COVID. Now these owners are starting to feel it. Sure hasn't affected Joe Lacob of the Warriors, who has a burning desire and passion to win and will do whatever it takes to win. He's so committed to winning, he'll constantly pay the luxury tax. But the Giants, and Greg Johnson came out recently in the last couple of years to say the goal is to break even. Okay, not put a winning team, whatever it takes, like the LA Dodgers, your rivals to the south. We don't want to do that. We don't want to have a great team and fill the stadium. You know, that puts revenue in the pockets of the Giants, Larry Baer. How about instead of drawing 2 million, you go back to drawing 3.3 million fans a year when you pack the stadium with 40,000+ fans every game, all 81 games, because you actually have an exciting product to watch and a competitive, compelling team? How about that, Larry Baer? You know, you sold 10%, and the Giants are worth $3.8 billion according to Forbes. 10% of 3.8 billion is $380 million. Now, if you took half of that, 5%, and put 190 million into payroll on top of what you're already paying for payroll, now you're right up there with the Dodgers. And you had an opportunity to do that before baseball maybe has a work stoppage. You can grandfather those players in because it's possible after the 26th season that there could be some type of salary cap coming. And I think the Giants have missed an opportunity here in the last few years. They've got the money, they've got the resources. They're the fifth largest. They're worth the fifth. What I'm saying is their franchise is ranked as high as fifth as far as what they're worth. They're worth 3.8 billion according to Forbes. So imagine right now, the Giants are spending approximately in the range of 200 million payroll. The Dodgers are upwards of 300 and last I looked, 360, 380, whatever it is. If the Giants put in 5% of what they sold the team for, approximately, we're guessing, we don't have the actual figures, but 10% of 3.8 billion is roughly 380 million. So if you took 5%, 190 million, or even a fraction of that, let's say you put in 125 million additional toward payroll and you're over 300 million. Let's say you're at 325. Could you have not got Corbin Burns? Could you have not gone out and traded for Kyle Tucker and signed him to a lucrative contract? Could you not have gone out and got some of the best players and people like next year, Kyle Tucker, who's coming to be a free agent, and Vladdy Guerrero Jr., and put money into this team and actually have a dang good team on the field? That will attract fans. San Francisco has proven it will support a winning team, but they're not going to show up for boredom. There's too much to do in the Bay Area, and people are not going to show up for what the Giants put out on the field in the last 6 years. Yes, they had the one great year in 2021, and guess what? Fans showed up. What a concept. You put a winning team on the field, people get excited, and everybody loves a winner. Now, the Giants, I think, are moving in the right direction with Buster Posey. They finally moved off of Farhan after 5 of 6 disastrous seasons, and there's a great new attitude in there. But I think the Giants need to work on their PR. They definitely need to work on their public relations and start putting more into the ball club. Look, we know you're doing improvements. So are the Dodgers. The Dodgers did a complete renovation of their clubhouses. They made brand new clubhouses underneath the stadium, and they're making it state-of-the-art clubhouses for both their home team and visiting teams. So when the visitors come to Dodger Stadium and see these new state-of-the-art clubhouses, they're like, what do you think they're going to want to go play when they become a free agent? They're a destination spot. The Giants, yes, they can use improvements. The ballpark's 25 years old this year. So, yes, every stadium needs updates and renovations. But this ball club needs a major renovation. It has been just the same old stuff for year after year. Now, hopefully, with the addition of Willy Adames, Justin Verlander, and a new attitude, that maybe the Giants can actually be competitive this year. But that's not enough. The Giants are not a small market team. They're not the Tampa Bay Rays. They're not the Pittsburgh Pirates. They're not the Kansas City Royals. They're not. Heck, the Giants are the winningest franchise in all of Major League Baseball history. Let that sink in. The number one franchise in victories in the history of baseball. Now, I'm not talking World Series titles. I'm talking wins, regular season wins. And they're the 5th largest franchise revenue-wise in all of baseball. And they're in a great market. The only team now in the Bay Area. now that the A's have moved north to Sacramento, the Giants have a golden opportunity to be the attraction when it comes to baseball in the Bay Area. They're the only show in town. Why not put money into the team, and you can still put money into the project that you're doing to fix up the stadium and Scottsdale, Mission Rock. Look, I'm all for all that stuff, but I want to see a winning team. I want to see the Giants put a winning team, not just once every 7-8 years. The Giants have been in the playoffs one time since 2017. That was the 2021 magical season. One time in 8 years. Okay, I grew up watching the Giants in the late 60s, and I saw them win a division title in 1971 when I was 10 years old. I had to wait all the way until I was 26 in 1987 before they won another division title. And then again, 89. And then they had the magical 93 season where they lost by winning the division by 1 game. But then when the Giants had new ownership in 93, Peter McGowan and the Burns family and people who loved baseball, and they were committed to winning, the Giants became one of the best organizations in baseball. In 1996, they had a really bad season, losing like 94 games. They promoted Brian Sabian to the number 1 man running the front office as the GM. And they also promoted Ned Colletti, who's a friend of this show. And he was the assistant general manager. From 1997 to 2004, the Giants had 8 winning seasons in a row. 8. And those winning seasons helped build Oracle Park. 97 was a magical year. They won the division. 99, they just missed out on the playoffs. I believe in 98, they tied for the wild card and lost to Chicago in a playoff. 2000, the first year of Oracle Park, they won the division. 01, a winning record. 02, we had the World Series. The disappointment there. 03, 04, 03 won the division. 04 had a winning record. 8 straight years. In fact, those 8 years, if the Giants were playing under today's playoff format, they would have made the playoffs 8 straight seasons. Go look it up. Yeah, 8 straight seasons. Then, of course, there was the downturn from 05 to 08. 09 started winning again. Timmy Lincecum, Cy Young. 2010, you know the history, 10, 12, 14. Look, the Giants are an incredible organization, but they've been acting like they're a small market team in many ways when it comes to the way they treat their players, the payroll, the way they've tried to trim the budget. The whole reason they hired Farhan was to try to play this ball of, this analytical ball where you win on the margins and you try and find advantages at every point instead of just going out there and getting everyday players. Hopefully that's behind us with Buster. I believe it is. But let's get the Giants ownership committed to winning like Joe Lacob. In fact, I wish the Giants would have sold 27%. The shares that the Johnsons own as the majority owners of the Giants. Look, if you're not committed to winning baseball, just sell the team to a guy like Joe Lacob, who has a burning desire to win, as evidenced by going out and trading for Jimmy Butler. He was so committed to winning, he doesn't care about paying luxury tax. He just wants to win. And the Warriors are one of the worth more than almost any sports franchise in all of sports now because of what Steph Curry's done and what Joe Lacob has done to pour money into the team. The Giants should follow that model instead of this model of let's see if we can just break even. All right, guys, that's enough for me here. Just wanted to put this video out there, talk about this latest move by the Giants ownership group. So let me know your thoughts. Put your comments in the comment section below there on YouTube. We read them, and we will try to get back to as many as possible. Again, thank you for watching, and please subscribe to this channel, like this video, subscribe. Take care, everybody. We'll see you on the next one.